So finishing the other headlight on the Battle Wagon, and of course my corded drill just died. Just straight up died. So I pulled the cordless drill out. I've already gone through 2 batteries. I'm maybe halfway through this headlight. Basically, I'm killing them much faster than they can charge because, frankly, most people don't do what I do with cordless drills. I guess I'm gonna hit the rear brakes and I'm gonna do an oil change, and hopefully that's enough time to let those charge. I can finish that off and get these coated today. So I've never had a car that I could comfortably lie under while the front is on ramps. This is a new feeling for me. That's actually kind of nice. While I'm back here, just look at how marred up these rear rotors are. But you can see those brake pads, those are brand new. Those were just put in. So whoever freaking had this car had it apart to the point they just had to do 2 more bolts and pop that off. And they said, nah, that's not worth it. And so it begins. I've got some remaining 10W30 from a different project. I've got almost exactly 4 quarts left, and I think this needs like 4.2. So I'm cutting it a bit close there. Also, a K&N filter for this car was like $4.50. It's like stupid cheap. I think the Mustang filters are closer to 20. Then this is a thing. Comes from China, and supposedly these inlet and outlet angles are wrong, but it's half the price of the next closest one. So we're gonna do a Battle Wagon move and just make it work. And a move that I'm incredibly uncomfortable with. I jacked up the car here by the trailer hitch, which is entirely not rated for that. And then my jacks are barely, and I mean barely, keeping these wheels off the ground. This is pretty sketchy. So I'm not gonna be spending too much time under there. Straight up, whoever put that thing on probably used a damn impact gun. That should not have taken that much force to pull out. The rear rotors are off. The guy at the dealership tried telling me that the rear rotors on this were new. So for a point of comparison, this is the dealership new rotor. And then, bam! That's what a real one looks like. So while I got this apart, it's a little bit of a known Subaru issue. You can kind of see that edge is a little bit worn, not horrible, but just a little bit worn. So what happens is basically that lip, especially after time, if there's any warpage or thermal expansion contraction, basically it deforms. So that rubs on the inside of the rotor. You get this awful noise. It's mostly when you back up. It's like a slight grinding. It might only catch on a single part of the rotor. It might sound like a wheel bearing failure. It might sound like a number of other things. But basically what you got to do, you get one of these bad boys, and you just hack the shit out of it. I'm not gonna say hack the shit out of it. What you do is you just take off a little bit. It's not a ton, just a little bit, and then it'll never touch again, and you don't have to worry about it. So there you go, that's all I took off. It's just a small portion. It's not like you're taking off a huge amount of material. It's literally just a couple millimeters at most, so you're no longer rubbing. Other people have said down here we'll grind on theirs depending on if this is rusted and deforming. If you want, you already got everything out, just hack it down, have your way with it, get it over with now. So if you're doing the fuel filter on the car, normally you want to kill the fuel pressure before you get this going because it's going to spray out. So in this car it's a pain in the ass to do that. Instead what I'm going to do is just put on some protective goggles, and instead of having it spray in my eyes, it'll just go on those instead. You're doing the fuel filter, what you got to do is rather than fully starting the car right away, you got to put pressure and fuel back into the system. Just turn it on position so the fuel pump primes, turn it back off, and then back on, back off. Do that 3 times. You want it to fully prime each time, and that should push enough fuel into it. Then you start it up. There should be a little bit of a sputter as it's still getting, you know, a little bit of the air out of the system really. And then this happens. Ooh, yeah. I'd say that's like a, what, like 30 horsepower I just picked up. So boom, sports car now, suck it. You should also make sure it's not leaking or spraying fuel. I know someone who had a little leak because they didn't clamp that down properly and caught it on fire. So that's bad. Don't do that. Even though I think that light came out better than that one because that one I was using a cordless drill and it kept dying on me, they're good enough. By they're good enough, I mean there's clearly other things on the car that are worse than that, so I'm gonna live with it. I don't care. So what I'm gonna do is I got this Rustoleum Crystal Clear enamel that is UV resistant, I hope. Is it? If I put the wrong one, I'm gonna be upset. Won't corrode. Huh. So maybe this isn't the UV resistant one. Whatever, fuck it, I'm running it. And because I've got enough things that I'm gonna be doing, I bought this. A can gun. I'm not gonna mask off anything else because it's clear and yeah, I just don't give a shit. It's all been shaken up and sprayed in. Check this out. Oh yeah. Let's see how bad I can fuck this up. Right, so I'm just gonna let that dry and hope it doesn't look that foggy when it dries up. Because frankly, I probably oversprayed the shit out of this. And even though I cleaned these with soapy water before, my guess is my paint prep is far from perfect. So the crystal clear enamel is definitely not the right stuff. Basically, here's why. I'm pretty sure that when it says crystal clear, what it means is crystal textured. No matter what, it might not show up on the camera, but this has across the whole thing a really cracked, uneven look to it. I've also never used this stuff before, so maybe I'm just putting it on way too heavy because I'm notorious for doing that. Oh, got it there too. Oh yeah, I oversprayed the shit of that on the inside. Oh, let me just get this oily rag. That'll perfect. But because it's getting that cracked texture to it, I definitely went too heavy on this side and tried to get it to fill in on its own. And instead, I did that. I'm not gonna say it's pretty. Yeah, let me just wipe off more enamel. It's gonna be good because I'm gonna have a straight enamel line right there on the inside. Oh my god, that is just straight up dog hair. Yep. Fuck it, it's already ruined, right? Ta-da. Whatever. Fuck it. Battle Wagon. Oh, ready for this line? Oh, you can see it pretty clear. That's bad. Oh my god, that's bad. Same thing on this side. Yeah, that ain't pretty. Like I said, I really don't have to care, so that's kind of nice. There you have it, the Battle Wagon projects for the day, including the rear rotors, the fuel filter, and the oil change. All 3 of those are done. The other headlight got done, not as pretty as I wanted, but oh well. And I guess you could say they're fully clear coated. As the kids say, hashtag ain't care YOLO swag 360 no scope. So still gonna send it. And a little Battle Wagon teaser. Might have made a little template here. I wonder what that could possibly go to. Stay tuned for that. That's coming in the future.